Okay guys, so in this video we're going to move on to step number 3 of getting started, and hopefully you've been able to reserve your hotspot deployment from iHub. Hopefully you've been able to plan some hotspots for people that you know to build out your hotspot network. And the next step is we're going to go over virtual mining assessments and what exactly is it. And so a virtual mining assessment is a really nice and simple report that you are able to send to that person that you planned a hotspot for, and you can send it to them via SMS or text message as well as email. And this report is going to include not only the fact that they already have an eligible placement or location to reserve a hotspot from iHub, but it's also going to show them some of the earning potential by getting nearby hotspot earnings and showing them what they could possibly earn if they were to reserve and install a hotspot from iHub Global. And so when clicking on this step, we're also going to have an instructional video as well as more information and strategy. So if you need some more help, look within this window and it's going to give you some help there as well. Let's take a look at the two different ways that we can send a mining assessment report. Now, the first way would be planning a hotspot from scratch like we did on the previous step. And if it's a valid placement, you're going to be eligible to send that virtual mining assessment report right away. So let's try step number 1, okay? And we're going to have to find another good location. Let's go ahead and punch in an address. Okay. And let's see. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enter a custom title. Now, if you're not familiar with this step, please go back and watch the previous video of how to plan a hotspot. We go over what information you need to fill out and detailed steps. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just, let's say for Joe's house, and I'm going to put in Joe, and this is just for instructional purposes, so I can show you the email that he would receive or the SMS text message. Okay. So again, you're going to want to enter the person's exact information of who you are going to be sending this virtual mining assessment to. And the first step to send a mining assessment is to get the hotspot planned. And if it's an eligible placement, we're going to be able to move on to send a mining assessment. Okay. So let's go ahead and plan that hotspot and see if it's a valid placement. All right, so this one was not valid. We're going to click OK. We're going to try another location. Okay. I'm going to type in an address. Okay. And there we go. We have our address. Let's try this for Sarah. Okay. And again, I'm just using this email for the sake of demonstration so that we can see that. All right, and we're going to go ahead and plan that hotspot. And let's see. Okay, great. So this location and Sarah's location is eligible to send a virtual mining assessment. That's great news. And so the first way that you can send a mining assessment is plan the hotspot like we just did, and you're going to click on Save and Send Assessment. All right. And what that's going to do is going to bring up a window that looks like this. It's going to populate all of the information that we already had. Okay. And all I have to do is choose how I want to send the virtual mining assessment. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to check it off for email as well as SMS. And Sarah is going to go ahead and receive that information. She's going to get her report, and she's going to be able to not only see the earning potential and know that she's able to reserve a hotspot with iHub Global, but she's going to be able to sign up right there under your affiliate account. She's going to be able to reserve her hotspot right on the third step there. And then she's going to be flowed right into Helium Track to start learning and doing this process just like you're doing now. So let's go ahead and send off that report. Okay, so I went ahead and I've received that email. Okay, and again, I use my email just for the sake of demonstration, but this is what Sarah would receive. She would get an email and a text message from iHub Global saying, "Congratulations, John Palmer has run a virtual crypto mining assessment on your address," and it shows her address. And it also shows that she has 24 hours to reserve that real estate, and that it's also a free hardware drop, right? So it also explains that, what does this mean? What is the process of that, that she can earn cryptocurrency with a Helium hotspot miner. And it also goes over some of the basic steps that she needs to do. Now, all she needs to do is click on reserve the hotspot. Okay, and it's going to open up that virtual mining assessment report. And we're going to go over a couple things to understand this report and a bit of this process. So first of all, it's going to tell her that nearby hotspots monthly earnings are earning between 11.8 HNT, which is the Helium crypto token, and between 42.6 HNT, right? And then it's going to go ahead and it's going to show her what is that value in dollars. So Sarah literally has the potential, if she were to go ahead and follow this process, reserve her hotspot, when she receives it, she would have the earning potential of between 272 US dollars and 980 US dollars. That's incredible. As well as it's going to show the current price. So the way that we figure out the US dollar earning potential is that we take the value of the HNT, we multiply it by the current actual real-time price of Helium, of HNT, and we go ahead and give her that value there. Now, I want to go over what does this mean of this 24-hour period. When you send this mining assessment and Sarah goes ahead and opens it up, that basically locks that area, that location, okay, her address, which we have right here. It locks that location and a surrounding area, and it prevents other people from trying to reserve a hotspot in that area for 24 hours. So this is Sarah's window to make sure that she locks in that location and gets started with iHub Global and actually reserves her hotspot. Okay, so this is really, really important. If this timer runs out, that does not mean that she cannot sign up to iHub anymore, and it doesn't mean that the report is no longer accessible or valid. But what it does mean is that other iHub members can plan and reserve hotspots around that area, right? And they can send mining assessments to someone else. So what we look at is about a 500-meter radius approximately around the location that you are planning for Sarah. So for Sarah to get started, all she needs to do is click on claim this location, okay? She is going to set up her account, and in this case, I will go ahead and just complete this process so that you guys can see it and understand it. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and look, all of Sarah's information is already going to be filled out because you provided it. And guess what? If you weren't accurate or if you did a misspelling or something, she can correct it here. So she has the ability to make sure that everything is correct before she signs up to iHub Global. And this is going to create her iHub Global account, and it's going to sign it to you. So it's going to know that you have referred Sarah into iHub Global, and you will get credit for that. So Sarah's going to go ahead. She's going to finalize her account. Okay. And she's going to agree to the affiliate terms and register. And what this is going to do is going to go ahead and create her account. And look, this already is all populated for us. This is now her ability to go ahead and finalize and reserve her hotspot deployment from iHub Global right away. Okay, we went over this in step 1, and that is if you signed up to iHub Global via an affiliate link and not a virtual mining assessment, you could reserve your hotspot once you log into Helium Track. In this case, if you're invited via a virtual mining assessment, you get to do this process right away. And that's why this tool is so powerful and is a really good marketing tool to invite someone into iHub Global, because it makes this process so easy and streamlined for people, right? So I don't have to do anything. If I'm Sarah, I look over all the information, I see it's good, I can agree to the terms of service, and all I need to do is reserve my hotspot, and it's as simple as that, guys. Now it tells her that she successfully signed up and reserved her hotspot, and it's going to tell her that the next step is to go ahead to Helium Track and to start planning your hotspot network. And she can go ahead now, log into Helium Track and start doing that exact same process. One thing I do want to say that is very, very important, guys, is that a free Helium Track account currently can only send 10 virtual mining assessments. Okay. We do have a pro account feature where you can, a pro account plan where you can send unlimited virtual mining assessments. It's probably the best marketing tool you can use. I highly, highly recommend it. A lot of our members have found tremendous success by sending out a ton of virtual mining assessments. If you're interested in getting Helium Track Pro, we do have a learning training center on upgrading to Pro and all of the other benefits that we have there. So if you check out the support center and you look at the training videos, go to the Helium Track Pro section and you're going to be able to learn more about everything that Helium Track Pro has to offer you.